Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review. This is Time of Crisis, the Roman Empire in Turmoil, 235 to 284 AD. This is from GMT Games. I'd like to thank them for sending me a copy to review. This is just going to be the unboxing. I'll have the review posted on the website within a few weeks. But anyhow, let's take a look at the blurb on the back. For that, let's go over the complexity. Complexity is, let me zoom in there. Complexity is 2, which is low. I read through their rule book on their website. Yeah, it seems pretty low in complexity. Solitaire suitability, it says, is a 5, so somewhere in the middle. Age 14 up. And players 2 to 4. In Time of Crisis, 2 to 4 players take the reins of Roman dynasties, gathering and wielding influence among the Senate, military, and people of Rome to ensure that their legacies are remembered by history instead of being lost to the mists of time. Time of Crisis is a light multiplayer wargame that combines some of the signature features of a card-driven wargame with the core concepts of a deck builder. It is completely accessible for casual gamers while still providing an interesting challenge for veteran wargamers. So that sounds interesting. So it can be played by veterans, or you can use this to try and train new wargamers. So let's take a look inside and see what the components look like. I know this had been printed before. I don't know if this is the second printing or what it is, but probably say in the book. Nice sturdy box. So let's open this up. Okay, second edition. Nice picture of a Roman legionnaire. So it's got 20 pages. Last 2 pages are some historical notes. So it starts going over the components and then how to set up the game. And then it goes into the sequence of play. Sequence of play starts with upkeep and then crisis, then take actions, then military actions, which consist of recruit general, add legion to army, or create an army, train legions, and move army, and initiate battle and disperse mob. And then it has Senate actions, recruit governor, play governor. So there's some politics involved in this. Recall governor, and then populace actions, increase support level, place militia, hold games, and then there's a support check down here. Now it's talking about expanding the Pretender Empire. And gain legacy, buy and trash cards, and then end a turn phase. Alright, game end, determining the winner. The last round of the game is triggered when at the end of his turn a player is emperor and has 60 or more legacy. The game will end when all players have taken the same number of turns, or if the Diocletian event is drawn, the game ends immediately. And then players get bonus legacy based on the number of turns. They were the undisputed emperor of the Roman Empire, as indicated by the emperor turns marker in the score track. The player with the most turns receives the first place bonus. Next highest gets the second place bonus, and so forth. A player must have been an undisputed emperor at least once to receive this bonus. If players want a quicker game, reduce the legacy needed to end the game from 60 to 40. Makes sense. Alright, now it's talking about combat. Determining victory in the combat. The winner of a battle is the side that inflicted the most hits, with ties going to the defender, and there's retreating too. Illustrations look good. They're in color and stuff. And then it's going over crisis checks. And it's talking about now the historical figures, such as barbarian leaders, rival emperors, and so forth. And there's even mobs in this game. And creation of a new pretender. A player can become ruler of his own personal empire by playing the pretender event, so you can be a pretend emperor. Interesting. Alright, so now we're on page 12, and basically that's all the rules, and now it goes with an example of play. Excellent idea. I love it when there's example of plays and rule books. It makes it so much easier to learn the game. So it takes you all the way through turn 6 in the example game. That's good. There's our historical notes again, and it's got credits in the back, and even some frequently frequently asked questions, rather. So let's see what we have here. 3-player crisis table, a 2-player crisis table. Looks like each player gets one of these as like a player aid card. It's got legacy, buy and trash card. Oh, so this is a turn sequence. Gotcha. Very cool. And they're available in discard pile. And I assume there's 4 of these, one for each player. Yep. And here's the counters. Unlike most war games where you just have square counters, you also have some hexagon ones and some circular ones. So that's a nice change of pace. It's got some buildings, emperor. These are for keeping track of the emperor turns. And these look like some warriors, some Franks here, some nomads. Alright, where are the legionnaires? Alright, this looks like these are some type of legionnaires here. Oh, it's got some Sassanid Persians. This is a questar. I'm not sure what that is. I've never heard that term. I'm sure I'll know once I read the book, though, or the rule book, rather. More Romans militia. Goths, that's cool. Priest King, and I don't know who these two are. Amphitheaters, mobs, that's cool. Here's a rule book in some nice plastic bag. Looks like it's mounted, or not rule book, I'm sorry, I meant the map. Looks like it's mounted. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Looks like it's probably a big map. Let's see if I can put this together. Yeah, it's a good size map. Looks good. So it's got the whole Mediterranean here. It's even got Britannia, Gauls, Thracia, Asia, Galatia, Syria, Egypt, Africa. So it's a nice map. Let's see what it has here. It's got some... It's got a crisis table on there. And then there's a map key on the bottom. Alright, get some nice dice, 3 black, 3 white. Bunch of plastic bags for storing the parts. And we got some cards, and as you can see that even the inside of the box is decorated. I really like when they do that. That's a nice touch. I think they did that in Fort Sumter too. They decorated the inside of the box. Alright, let's see what these cards are about here. This is the event deck. Plague of Cyprian, Aradashir, Priest King of Emesa, Ludis Seculares, Sneva. So this brings a leader onto the board with the next successful Goth invasion. Zenobia. Zenobia must be some type of leader. Have to look that up. Probably turn out to be a famous leader or something. Inflation. For a second there, I thought they were talking about the modern era. Diocletian. Okay, looks like this is the influence deck. There's a lot of cards in here. Okay, so these have a symbol and a number. I assume the number might be the number of influence points. Oh, and some have instructions on them too. Place a caster marker on an army you command that does not already have one. If army with a caster marker is attacked, the number of hits inflicted on it is reduced by 1. So it's like your army is dug in. It's removed at the start of the next turn or when the marked army attacks, moves, or retreats. That's cool. Flanking maneuver. Praetorian Guard. Not sure what that symbol means. Obviously that's some kind of Roman army symbol, I would assume. I don't know if this is for the Senate or what that is. Pretender, you may play this event if you're not emperor and you govern 2 or more adjacent provinces, each of which have a support level of 3 or more. Place a seat of power marker in one of the eligible provinces and breakaway markers in the rest. See section 12 of the rules for additional details about pretenders. Oh, this may represent the player. The player, I'm guessing, gets that color. Alright, so one's red, one's yellow. Here's the blue guy. Tribute. Maybe, oh, but there's only 3 symbols, so maybe that represents something else. I'll know once I read the rules. I'm just guessing at this point. Interesting. Looks like a nice game. I will try it out and review it for everyone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click like on it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. And as always, have a good evening.